Okay, thank you, sir, for recording, and thank you, Kak Ara, for reminding. Okay, so first, to HAR, to Kak Ara.
Okay, so I've been seeing some trends here about these positions. Is that I think Villa so far only posted two distribution posts. I'm not sure if that's included Arsha's work, but if no, if yes, then I see that we have some flow number of applicants, but we have less distribution posts with more applicants. So I think this needs to be well more examined. Like how come we have less but have more applicants? Less distribution posts with more applicants. Fraction is still the same. We got few qualified applicants for interview, but no one passed through trials. And then this month trial is going to be mostly on the 6th, which is starting today, and 20 only. On the 6th, we don't have any candidates, but yeah, for APA, HCR, not yet, yeah, I think for today. And so I'm aiming to have candidates at least two for the 20. So Arsha and Gila, please have notes that is, I've set our target to actually onboard it HR team by then. So the next plan is that I think this is also on under approval of the chapter lead, which is Mr. Jingon Awareness. I think we can set a weekly milestone target on the number of applicants. So like I haven't seen any strategy in terms of number of how many are you targeted to bring in by this week, next week, 3 weeks. Because by having a weekly milestone, hopefully, for example, like we're targeted 100 by 1 week. Second week, 200s. So if you see that, oh, you're falling behind like 50%, then you can catch and what is it? You can chase on the next week by double it up, for example, like that. So that is going to be put you on a higher level of awareness that we are lacking of candidates, especially for this specific urgent position. So that's the update from my side for the awareness top funnel. Over to you, Bila.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ara, from my side. Yeah, regarding the distribution post, I think I'm going to apa namanya addressing Kak Ara's question as well regarding distribution post. I think it's also because of undefined distribution post from the previous Scrum that we said before, like what we define as distribution post. Because like currently from my side, I count something a distribution post if it's something that is posted by our partner, not by ourselves. But if we say that actually last week we did few like job posting on the job portal as well as for Instagram account as well as LinkedIn, and I see from our application from our applicant that most of the applicant were coming from those from LinkedIn as well as Instagram, which means that why when there is a less distribution post this week, but we have more applicant. I think that the answer for that question. And still using the same strategy as last week, we it's distribution post while hunting, and I did what register our company to new job portal, which is hoteljob.id. By today, I already registered it, so probably we can expect the applicants by like next week. And this week we got like 12 applicants. And then the friction is that I cannot find the social media page for PHRI, it's a hotel association in Indonesia. They only have website and they don't post any job vacancy there. So it's kind of hard for me to like get to know people there and then ask them around about like how they got job posting, so on and so forth. So I think I need more. I need to find a relation from people that is directly from PHRI so that I can ask them around. And second of all, it's kind of hard to find a qualified hotelier or tourism community because most of it is public and it might cause noise as we discussed last Scrum. So that's the friction. And the next plan is to find more leads for hotelier and tourism community by 8 December and keep on doing well hunting by this 7 December. So that's from my side. Oh yeah, to answer Kak Ara's question regarding the weekly milestone, actually Ersha and I using the milestone target from last week, which is like 10 applicants and 10 distribution posts, I believe. But yeah, if we can see that actually the distribution post is not 10, but we got more than the milestone target of applicant, which is like 12. So yeah, that's the answer of Kak Ara question. So over to Ersha.
Yeah, so for the weekend, as usual, I do well hunt on LinkedIn. You can see on the list that Bila provided below. So this week I've been focusing on UGM graduates as Mr. Jing advised. So I think this week I want to try another universities like Vokasi UI, STB Bali, and STB Bandung. Those my updates.
Oke, to Kak Ara.
Oke, just a quick one. Bila tadi kan katanya ada yang 10 itu distribution post, yang milestone.
Yeah, the target supposed to be 10 distribution posts and 10 applicants.
10 distribution post and 10 applicants. Oke. Berarti bisa dibikin report di sini, termasuk dimasukin ke reportnya. How many percent of achievement within this week? Jadi bisa jelas gitu, not just us as the campaigns, tapi semua orang yang watch this video can have a visibility on that part. Itu yang pertama. Kemudian yang kedua, I think if I take a look at the current the current updates from both Bila and Ersha, itu activity based next plannya, right? I want to see more on the result base. Next plannya apa? What is the targeted plan? For example, on my next plan, the targeted goals adalah having a milestone target updated on this channel. So itu kan bukan activity, right? That's like a purposeful and also target result based gitu. Sedangkan kalau kalian contact, finding, well hunting, itu kan activity gitu. So sekarang dari contacting itself itu mau berapa yang dapat partnership, mau berapa yang dapat applicants, for example like that. Itu poinku yang kedua. Kemudian poinku yang ketiga, Ersha bikin update berubah terus ya ininya formatnya. So I don't know if anyone have visibility on this. It has to be like this or gimana? What needs to be improved on Ersha's update? I think Mr. Jing raised his hand.
Actually, here's a few tips. Yeah, I would agree with what Ara's key points are, and also I like where this conversation is going. One, I think we should actually track our weekly goals. Are that will give us an idea of progress, and it's a good thing that Vidi is here with us. Vidi, is it possible to move our redash visualization either to Coda or to here so that we can start tracking essentially the application pace on
Yes, for Coda, I think it's most appropriate for Coda because we can discuss directly.
Okay,
when they discuss.
and that would be great then, all right, because the second thing I wanted to mention was this. So when we don't see necessarily achievement or we don't necessarily see the numbers that we want, it's just two questions, right? One, do we have great guidelines for how to actually achieve our results, right? If we do, or if we believe we do, then the second question is, are we following those guidelines, right? So I think that will kind of make it more clear whether this is a chapter issue or a team management issue, right? Much faster. So that could be a directed focus on the questioning. The second is let's make a decision on distribution posts. So Bella just mentioned that everything that is being done to actually garner awareness should be considered a distribution post. Now, do we take that as the definition of distribution post, or do we take the older version of distribution post to be the definition of distribution post? I think we should make a decision here. I want to turn it over to R for that decision.
Okay, so the current arrangement, the newest arrangement is filtered into what specifically?
Let's go to Bila, actually. Bila, what is the difference between the old understanding of a distribution post and the new understanding of a distribution post?
That's the thing, because actually there's no like definition or guideline on what is distribution post. But like from the first time I was intern here, like we define like distribution post is more like when we are posting our job posting on different community, on different channels. So that's what definition of distribution post that I've been using so far.
Okay.
But that means that it doesn't include like job portal, right? Because like job portal and whale hunting, because like whale hunting is more specific person, and then job portal is like you do it only once, but you keep on checking on it every week
I
or
understand.
every certain time.
Okay, that is actually pretty interesting. All right, which one do you think is better? Well, here's a few ways that I can see distribution post being interpreted. One, we do not want to count this as distribution post. Any attempt to get somebody to distribute, that should not be counted as a distribution post. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So if I
Yes.
ask somebody to post, that does not count, right? It only counts after they actually do it. So that counts as a distribution post. Any sort of job portal, that sounds like distribution to me. Anytime we're put somewhere where somebody could see us. All right, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would agree. That's why I was. I think I'm the one that reviewing and proposing a new refinement of definition of distribution post itself, right?
Okay.
Because if we just like put WhatsApp, for example, broadcast WhatsApp, we don't know who read that even, right?
All right.
But like if we target it in a specific job portal in one university, in one specific page of website that they have, I think that would be more effective and efficient.
Okay, so let's just call it this then, Bila. Anytime something is publicly posted that could raise awareness and bring potential candidates to a job at Bukit Vista, that will count as a distribution post. Backlinks are distribution posts. Job portals are distribution posts. People putting into message groups are distribution posts. We post on our own social media, that's a distribution post. I think these all are distribution posts because we need to then take a look and analyze the effectiveness of each particular one to know which works well. Ah, Gibran has a question. Gibran, over to you.
Not a question, but maybe it might be helpful instead of trying to. I agree with that definition of anytime any post or anything like awareness is raised. I think that's a very good definition, but maybe we can categorize all of
Ah,
our posts.
tell me more, or tell us more.
Uh, Maybe we could have a specific section for the job portals. We could have, and we could further subcategorize them into which websites and all that whatnot.
Okay, all right. Bila, let me turn this to you. Do you believe that if we categorize the distribution post according to the way that Gibran just mentioned, would that make it easier to prioritize which type of distribution we need to do more of?
Actually, we already have category. I need to like clarify to Jubran, yeah. Do you mean like this? Because this is what we do. You can see. So like here, you can see there's
Ah, I see.
Instagram,
So,
Line, WhatsApp.
okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Kak.
something like that. So I think that's already covered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I interpret what Jubran said differently. Actually, that is just channel, Bila, not the shape of distribution post. I
Not
think
the purpose. Okay.
yeah, Vera not there because Vera understand. So what Jubran meant, I thought was like not just the channel. This is like Facebook, Instagram, but more like is it like a broadcast? Is it like a website post? Is it like
Oh.
a proposal contracts or what exactly? That type of distribution post that needs to be categorized. I think.
I think that's a good idea, because then that gets us a better understanding of messaging. Oh, sorry, cut Gibran off. Gibran, over to you.
Oh no, I was waiting for you to finish first. What Ara actually said was what I meant, and I thought by showing me that one, it was already covered.
Oh,
But yeah, more like what Ara mentioned.
okay. Gibran, always step on toes. Make sure that you get your idea clearly across, yeah? Even if it has to upset some people's feelings. All right, cool. All right, Bila, all right, the decision's yours. How do you want to decide what is done for distribution posts?
Yeah, actually, do we need like to add another tab then for this, or do you want to for me to just like add more to the option, like there's press release, website, etc.
How you visualize that, I think it's up to you, but how you categorize what matter most. So I would like to suggest you may categorize first, like what are the posts that can be distributed. Is it website? This one is just channel different ya, bila gimana ya. The shape is even different. Jadi beda website itu bisa masuk ke sini. It can be put in this because that part of the media. But how it looks like, for example, just picture, poster, itu di broadcast di WhatsApp. Oh, itu bentuknya distribution A. Kalau distribution B itu adalah university that actually post for us. So they made the content, they made the advertisement for us. Itu B. Nanti C kayak gimana, D kayak gimana. Jadi shapes-nya different. So I think you can work together with Arsha and in the future maybe with Cindy too to work together design how does distribution post looks like. apa aja type-type-nya. Kalau ini hanya channel, beda gitu. Kalau channel kan cuma tempat di mana kamu ngepostnya. Tapi kalau ini lebih ke discussions on how does it look like, bukan tempat ngepostnya gitu sih.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right. One last thing. So thank you, Ara, for clarifying. The last thing I'd like to mention is this particular idea. I think we might be in a creative hole for how we hire for hospitality. So let's imagine this, right? We keep on thinking hospitality is we go to hospitality schools, we hire somebody. But let's say Vidi, right? Vidi came from engineering school, came from a data science background, came from a machine learning background. He was passionate about hospitality. That's why he joined Bukit Vista, right? So is it really that we're looking for a skill fit, or is it we're looking for somebody who has an interest fit? If it's somebody who has an interest fit, then remember this. Many startups are started by people who, like Mark Zuckerberg, right? He wasn't really looking to, do Facebook. He was just interested in kind of psychology and people. So he was an engineer actually. So if you were to ask, okay, can you build me Facebook? It might not have correlated directly with what we think an engineer should be doing. So I think I don't know. Ara, maybe I need to brainstorm with you, right? Just maybe 10, 15 minutes, and we can think who actually is our hospitality target, yeah, so that we don't kind of just narrow focus into hospitality schools. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'll set up a time with you, Ara, for that brainstorming, yeah, some discussion, yeah.
Okay, so maybe Kai Shelin can help write down that Ersha, me, and Cindy need to do pairing for like new visualization and characterization of distribution posts, and for Kara and Mr. Jing to have a sub discussion regarding the target audience for hospitality. So that's all. Is there any more questions?
It's not really a question, but just now, I'm intrigued by what Kara mentioned regarding, okay, there's a lower number of distribution posts, although the definition is still debatable, but how come there's more applicants, right? If you look at the application search, it starts from the 29th of November. So that's when there's a denser application pace for the role of customer relations, hospitality, and reservations. And if you look a huge portion of it, about 9 from, I'm not sure, I think there is about 20, like a third is actually coming from the open recruitment email, which Shailin mentioned before, right? Because we bless it to a lot of different people. I think that actually boosts the create a denser application pace. And then if we look at the customer relations section, the CV accepted count from 5 CV, there's 3, so that's a 60% success rate. While for the reservations one, it's still 0. Either it's still not evaluated or they are not qualified. So we can look deeper into this to see whether this kind of, for example, if we really need, we know that this actually kind of work. It brought up like about 30% of the application pace. Whenever we have such a issue, we need more application pace. This tool is actually available to be used. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
Ini berarti nanti bakalan evaluated by who exactly? Is it Shailin as the one that actually do the blast?
Yes,
or-
correct. Sharing who do the best, and then maybe there are more ideas to improve the tool itself. But so far, I think that this tool is like low effort, high return, right, Shalin? Shalin, actually.
Yeah, like we spent like maybe around like previously to do the preparation and send that is like for about 1 hour, and then
1
we
hour,
actually
right?
got like the result. It's actually like pretty much
Yes.
better.
So this is like high
compared
return,
to-
low effort kind of tool. So after we evaluate whether this actually brings qualified lead, then we can decide what to do next. So that's just another like things that I would like to bring up.
Okay, so basically, like this email blast can be used for like our short-term solution, if we facing like a slow pace in
Yep.
the.
But we also have to remember like where do we get the email, right? I think it was previously from the BV talks, and then we have to see whether our pool actually increases or not. So there are a lot of dimensions to it as well.
Oh yeah, I think it's worth to be mentioned as well that the audience that we were sending the email was actually UI graduate. So I think it's not from our BVI Talk past audience, which is maybe something that we can consider as well. So yeah, is there any more questions or additional thought?
Nope, but good point. If that's actually a specific target that we want to send to, then that should be in the guideline as well, so that we can note that we would like to mark which one are the graduates and send it to them for the
Yeah.
highest returns.
Okay then. Okay, so any more questions from anyone? Going once, going twice? No? Okay, so move on to the next campaign to HR, to Kak Vera.
Okay. Can you zoom in a little bit, Bella? All right, so the action point from my side is I interviewed two candidates. One is a pass, but one is still in considerations. One is consideration, and I will have another interview later after this meeting. And for the performance itself, we have 0 applicants. So I think like the post email blast effect only lasted for a few days, but I'm not sure because it's still Monday, right? So I cannot really conclude it until Friday yet. So yeah, and actionable is just I'm gonna further proceed with the candidate, and I'm going to have a sing up with Ersha for his actionable on this campaign. Yeah. So to you, Ersha.
Yep. Okay. So I want to apologize first for the undetailed report on last week, but the thing is, I think we agree on for the past few weeks there will be less applicants for internship since it's close to exam period. So I was focusing on something that could affect for let's say long term, such as the job portal, CDC, and everything. So basically, for the past weekend, I'm focusing on let's say job portal and contacting, let's say something from BEM and student, let's say related to a long term posting for job posting actually. So yeah, for my next plan, actually, I would like to explore more job portal, and I think also if it's possible, I want to distribute it to let's say not. I mean, like it's not. It's if it's possible, but let's say if there is let's say a chance of high applicants from Venus since it's almost their internship period. I want to focus on Venus too for this week, and also I start to customize for distribution posts, also for HR and everything. Since last week we focused on HR. Oh yeah, also yeah, I agree to have a mini stick up with Kavera for this week.
Okay, thank you, Ersha. I want to ask, like, what's your purpose of contacting SBM, ITB, and BEM FEB? Is it for distribution posts or for other thing? Yeah.
Yep. So it was actually mainly for distribution posts, but then I saw that BEM FAB have a let's say a job portal on the website, so I think it's also a good opportunity.
Okay, so by job portal here is like a career center.
Yep. No. I think there's like some kind of career center on BEM FAB website that provides students for let's say who's looking for internship and everything.
Okay, I see. Okay, so is there any question maybe from Kak Shelin? I think she's lagging. Okay, so to Kak Ara first. No question. Okay. No additional thought maybe from Kak Vera. Do you have any follow-up question?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay then. So we're going to move on to the next campaign ya kalau gitu. Next one, CM over to Kak Ara. CM,
Vera.
sorry Kak Vera.
Yeah, so From my side, I interviewed one candidate and he's a pass. I've invited for the 20th December trials. And then I confirmed with Kalilis on the SLAs for the CM. She said it's fine for the current arrangements, but then she will need to see the this month's performance first for any refinements. And then I've also double checked with her if CM are like in what chapter, and she also agreed that mostly in transformation chapter, but with a note that Rafik and Tendi is supervision for gas funnel. Yeah, and then I've currently in the middle of refining the CM job desk together with Asa, and hopefully we can finish it before Friday Scrum. And same with HR, there's 0 applicant. But then we should be able to expect 2 incoming CM applicants for 20th December of trials. And then for the actionable is that I'm going to do content planning for CM hiring post on December 9. And then I will update the refined job desk on December 10. And again, meeting up with Bella on her actionable for CM.
Okay. So to me, for the top funnel, yeah, this is 1 distribution post and 0 applicants. And the friction that I made is actually I integrate CM campaign with HR and PR, but there are a very low stream of applicant for CM, which is I think I will try to separate CM from HR and find a more specific target, which hope that it will work better, and then to find more, which is why my next plan is to finding more leads for suitable target audience for CM by this 7 December. So that's all from my update. Is there any question? Maybe to
Me. I have a
Yeah, yeah.
question. Do you guys have any plan or like for how long? Wait, let me ask in Indo. Like berapa lama sekali you guys send the email blast for the
Oh.
open recruitment email?
Oh yeah, actually it's something that I was thinking that if we have like a certain period internship, like maybe we have a certain period for batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, we can do email blast accordingly to that. But since we don't have that one right now, I think we can only do that like for once a month or when there's an emergency case like this month. What do you guys think about it?
Once a month. Okay. I think once a month is great, but okay, let's see the others to use her.
Actually, this is about emails, right?
Yeah, email blast.
There is actually this. If we actually, I shouldn't I shouldn't. Okay, what should I say about this? The correct way to do email campaigns is something called drip. Okay, so what is a drip? Essentially, it starts making decisions. The email scheduler will make decisions. It's like social media planning, right? You essentially set up a sequence of emails, but only based on if somebody opens or engages with you, right? So let's say they open your first email. Okay, great. Then you send a follow up email. If they don't open your first email, you send the first email again, right? And you do this multiple times until you start a pattern. So what generally happens through a drip campaign is it automates the process. You set up, let's say, 6 emails, and you break your message into 6 pieces. Like, hey, nice to know you. Hey, these are the fun things happening in Bukit Vista. Oh, remember the 5 stages of persuasion, right? Identify, build trust, then discover issues, connect to solutions, and then close a deal. So you can create a 5-part email. So what happens in a drip campaign is you send part 1 out. Let's say half the people open part 1. Then you send part 2. And then if they open part 2, then you send part 3. So the drip campaign will keep on sending emails to people who have not opened part 1 so that they get part 1, right? So that could be implemented, but I don't know how to do that yet. But I do know that that is generally the way that modern digital startups plan an email campaign. I might need some help to actually organize that. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, that would be the most optimal way to do email distribution. Vera and Bella.
Okay, so actually, yeah, that's a good idea to do that. But I think the main question from Kak Vera is like, when should we send the second email again, right, to follow up?
Oh,
What are like the
automate
period?
it. It would be automatic. So you just send essentially, let's say, if the person opened the first email, then they get a second email in 2 weeks, right? Or 2 days, whatever. You set the sequence, and I think Mailchimp can do it. They just automatically keep on sending and sending and sending and sending based on your preference, your tuning, until people read all five, or they unsubscribe you and get you off their spam list. So maybe that's a little bit too advanced.
Maybe we can ask Kak Nadia here. Do you have any insight for this?
Yeah, I just read about the Drips marketing actually. It's actually very interesting. I think it's like a funnel. Like if somebody's open, then you're gonna send some specific thing, and if they don't open, then you're gonna send like another thing. I think we can do that on Mailchimp, but I'm not sure because the Mailchimp we're using currently, the free one, perhaps we need to do some upgrades to do that on that part. Because yeah, Mailchimp is pretty limited actually.
If I think this might be worthwhile, then we're getting pretty good results right now, Bella, from emails, right? If it is, then that could be worthwhile investing in. So we're going to have to invest in something for advertisement, right? Either we're going to have to pay LinkedIn, or we're going to have to pay Instagram or JobStreet or whatever. But I think this one is actually pretty interesting because this is a narrower audience of people who actually already they gave their email directly to Bukit Vista. They went to a Bukit Vista event, so they probably have a more strong affinity with the company than people who are just sort of somewhere in the random social network. Um, Nadia, if we do want to go ahead, the limitation here isn't the budget, right? Because the budget I think we can probably do.
Mm-hmm.
Limitation is
Yeah.
the champion who could actually drive
Yeah.
the drip campaign.
Okay, perhaps one more thing. Actually, what I see from the MailChimp that we've been using for the newsletter is that actually there are quite a lot of unsubscribe actually from the email. Yeah, because on the MailChimp, the email actually did not goes to the inbox or the main inbox. It actually goes to the promotion, which are the tab that people barely open. Yeah. That's what I noticed actually from the use of MailChimp.
Okay, let's do this then. Hey, Bila, would you be able to create a sub discussion with me, you, and Nadia? I think 15 minutes is enough, right? And we'll go into detail about if there's a way to optimize the email campaign. In the meantime, let's not get focused on, okay, what's the best case? Let's keep on delivering what we have. Once a month is fine, yeah? So let's use once a month until we have developed a better system.
Okay, then. Okay, thank you, sir. Bika Shelin can add actionable here for me, Kanadia, and searching to have sub discussion regarding best way for email blast. So that's all for CM, I guess. No more question, yeah? Okay, no. So to business development, to Kak Shelin.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe you can like help me zoom in a bit. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go to the performance wise first. Currently there's one on assessment in review, and yeah, Aulia's offer is in progress currently. Contract draft expected to be done by today, and expected to deliver the contract terms to Aulia by this Wednesday, the latest. And okay, friction wise, few candidates are not actually responsive like during the first contact. So yeah, already did a second reminder to be replied by today. And okay, like it's a bit follow up from the previous one sih kayak I don't see Arsha like replying in this case, so I'm not really sure like what about the status. But for the next plan, the 2 weeks MVP is like still supposed to be done by this Friday, 10 kalau aku nggak salah 10 of December as the cutoff date. So yeah, do keep up with the target previously set by the cutoff date in this case. So that's for the next plan. And yeah, I'll pass it to Arsha then for this.
Yeah, I think for this campaigns is almost the same with HR. I'll be focusing more on, let's say, a long term, since for internship there will be less applicants for the past few weeks. Yep, that was all.
Okay, so is there any question from Kak Vera maybe? No? Okay. No follow-up question from Kak Shalin as well? Maybe, oh, Mr. Jin.
Yeah, this one, Ursha, just like to point out, sorry to put you on the spot, Ursha, but I think this is important. When you've contacted somebody, that is not a actual result. That's not even distribution, as we just mentioned. That's just activity. So you should just report what has been achieved or what has not been achieved. Now, if something hasn't been achieved, then you should report, is there a guideline to actually illustrate what you should do in order to do that, right? If there's no guideline, you need to say that here so that I, as your chapter lead, can create a guideline for you so that you can go about it. Okay. And if there is a guideline and you haven't followed it, then you just need to declare that too as well, right? There's a guideline, but I haven't found it, or I don't know if it exists, or I haven't followed it. And that way we can figure out what specifically is the issue. So any type of these mechanical problem solving things, ideally the chapter lead should create a guideline, and then the person implementing it will be able to succeed, right? Okay.
Okay, so noted, Ersha, for that part. Okay. If there's no more question, then we're going to move on to another campaign, because like we are running out of time right now. So last one ya for Trello card update to RM, to Kak Shalin.
Okay, thank you, Bila. Okay, so for this one, currently one candidate is on trials, Jonathan, and two is currently on an assessment stage. Frictions, none so far. So for the next plan, right? So just Aisha, like Aisha mentioned that he wants to focus more on whale hunting, right? In this case. So in this case, Aisha, I would need you to analyze your progression so far, like how many people you have contacted, how many of them responded, and how many of them actually applied, and then see like how is the conversion rate so far. Because like if you were to decide to focus on this method, right, you also need to know the success rate. If it's not actually like working well, then you shouldn't actually prioritize this method. See. So yeah, that's actually like to back up your decision to to put your focus here on whale hunting. So yeah, and then I'll give that to Arsha for your update then.
Yep. Okay. So to cut the time since we're running out of time. So for my next plan, I think on Friday I'll provide you the analyzations as like the conversion thing and everything, so we could know if this method is actually effective or not.
Okay, so when do you think you can give this report of your analysis?
Friday on the next Scrum, I'll report. Let's say
Okay, then so Kak Shalin, you can add actionable for Ersha to give his report on his analysis on whale hunting by this Friday, on the next Scrum. So is there any more question regarding this campaign? To Kara maybe?
Nggak ada ya, ini waktunya sudah overtime.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So we'll move to the discussion. We have actually 3 new topics today. I think we should discuss this one first. Maybe to Kak Vidi.
Yang di follow up dulu dong, kenapa yang Vidi ya? Is it urgency, Vidi? Aku nggak tahu urgency levelnya sih, cuman ayo, bila harus research-nya harus lihat mana yang urgent untuk didiscuss.
But it should be to get back by Friday tuh Kak.
Betul.
Iya.
Coba scroll ke bawah. Berarti bila belum, so you haven't checked then.
It's also, the deadline is also on Friday.
Oke, yang lainnya?
No, it's all new topic.
Ada itu yang punya Ersha?
Oh.
Nah, itu nggak ada deadline-nya. Discussion has been going on for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Mana itu, Chair?
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry. So I was reading this, but I was like not sure like where the discussion went by because there's no conclusion yet. So I think we go with this first. To Ersha, is there any progress on your project?
Yeah, actually, so for the team, I already create a Slack, let's say channel actually, and I'm still waiting for everyone to respond actually. So yeah, so the discussion is already moved to Slack, but it's only Jesslyn, I guess, the one who replied on what's the next plan on this campaign actually. So a little bit update for you all actually. So we think that the first concept is actually fail after we see the results. So we have a plan B. So the plan B is actually I put it on Slack. So since on the weekend, let's say no one is actually replying on what I was saying. Let's say, what do you guys think about this plan? I'll follow up again on the Slack this thing this week. This today. Sorry.
Okay, so there are a few questions here, Ercha, from Kak Shelin first. Did you follow up the others?
Yeah, I think since the weekend, I feel like also no one is actually replying. It's not. I feel. I mean, like I already put it on the Slack, but no one is actually replying. So okay, I guess everyone is taking rest on the weekend. So I'll follow up again on with the team today.
Okay, so why, Kak Ara also asked why are you using Slack here if you think that it's not getting any response?
No. So I put it on Slack so we can actually have a asynchronous discussion. So let's say it just like apa bisa jalan terus gitu discussionnya. So we can just like execute it as fast as possible.
Guideline-nya kalau kita punya project ditaruh di mana, Ersha? Where should we put our projects?
I don't know.
Trello buat apa?
Oh yeah, I haven't put this thing on Trello actually.
Yeah, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card and few of them is expiring already. Jadi nggak pernah pakai Trello ya, Ersha?
Yeah, I really put on the PR Trello.
Okay, back to you, Bila.
Okay, so Kak Vera raised her hand before.
Yeah, so regarding the channel, right, you use Slack. I think it's fine if you want to use Slack for asynchronous discussion. But then when I open the Slack, it's more like you're asking our opinions. But then it's like, it was not well thought, you know? I mean, like, you still have to remember that you're like the project PIC. So I think like whenever you make decisions, it's like everything goes back to you. So if you want to ask us for like, what's your opinion? But then you have to make your own decision first. Because when I look at the Slack, it's more like you're asking for our opinions. So again, as you're the PIC, right, you need to like have ownership on your own project, Ersha. That's it from me.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Vera. That is core value recognition to help others to help themselves. Ursha, I'm going to double down on this, right? Remember, when you need to have you need to finish, right? Don't create a situation where you get stalled and then you go, I got stalled because nobody got back to me. If you do, currently I'm seeing that also in your distribution, right? You need to actually work with purpose. Like the purpose is to get this thing done. Whether people go or they say anything or they don't, you still need to kind of take what you have and move on with it. To move and then stop and wait for everything and move and stop, that is not the Bukit Vista way. That's not lean. It's not agile. That's not failing fast. That's actually just kind of creating more barriers in front of you. So double down on listen closely to what Vera said and also get this part right. Okay.
Okay, so maybe to Ersha, do you have any like actionable for you for this? Like, do you have any plan in your mind on what are you going to do next?
Yeah, so I think on this week I'll create the Trello card and following up again with the team.
Yeah, besides like Trello card, what are you going to do about this project so that it can move on faster?
Following up with others like this. Yeah. So since Kavera gave already a good insight, so I'll take my decisions then.
Okay, so you have already have your decision, or do you have already brainstorm? What are you going to do next?
Yeah. I'm just like do my decisions then. I already have the decisions actually.
Can you report to us, like maybe I don't know? Can you report by today, maybe, on your decision?
Yeah. By today.
Okay.
Bila
So
apanya di report by today?
for his decision on what he's going to do next.
Terus nanti kalau decisionnya I will have brainstorm by next week.
No. It's not the razor actually. This is like the people. It's done.
The people apa?
Yes, on the slide actually I was asking like who's the best people on your guys' minds because you guys knows the people's better gitu. That's what I'm asking actually.
I still don't get the goals, Ersha. What is the next step? Are we waiting for shooting? Are we waiting for new drafts? Are we waiting for Nadia to edit? Are we waiting for you to brainstorm? Are we waiting for you to contact the host? Are you apa? Maksudnya mau ngapain? And then selesainya kapan nih due date-nya? I'm not sure about what exactly is going to be the next step.
Okay, so for today, by today, I'm just gonna like synthesize the plan as like what we're gonna do is like the final decisions. So let's say by tomorrow, I'll update everything on the card, and by Wednesday we can just like already execute again.
By tomorrow execute.
Wednesday.
By Wednesday execute. Terus selesainya kapan? Dan this is actually a looping target, right? Because
Yep.
2 weeks ago juga kayak gini. I'll go by the end. I will report to you guys by the end of the day about my plan. Exactly happen again today. I will go back to you guys by the end of the day about the plan. Jadi selesainya kapan ini project? When are you projected this to be done?
Let's say if the the shooting is mulus gitu, so according to the paper, it should be in a week.
Next week udah keluar raw video apa
Yeah,
edit
yeah,
dari
yeah,
Nadila
yeah,
atau
yeah.
gimana?
It's already it should be already finished, edited, and we just like rewatch if it's good or not for the release.
Okay, so you set your own deadline again next week video sudah selesai gitu kan?
Finish edited ya.
Finish edited. Kalau nggak selesai gimana? If it's not done gimana tuh? Nadia kaget tuh kan, shock dia. Kalau nggak selesai gimana? Ersha, komitmennya, what is your commitment if it's not being done by next week?
Yeah, I think I was wrong there. I need to consult more with Nadia than I think for the editing. But if it's if we're let's say according to the paper, so from let's say from today should be finished on in 2 weeks, in 10 days actually, starting from
2 weeks?
now. 10 days. Wait. Yep.
2 weeks, 10 days apa gimana?
12 days. 12 days.
12 days. Okay. Gimana Nadia?
Okay. Let me jump in real quick then. Ersha, I think what you can do is actually have you decided which person for the interviewee? Have you talked to about their bandwidth as well and also their availability? When can do the shooting and part, and when do you think the video will be ready? And so on and so forth, because if you say like it's going to be finished by next week with all the full video editing and stuff, I need to know first like when is it going to be finished, recorded, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's from
Yep, so I think from last week dari praktek minggu lalu waktu 12 hari itu cukup ya buat let's say verify everything, the bandwidth and everything. So I think 12 days as we agreed before is actually sufficient gitu. Cukup.
Are you sure that everyone already agree with your timeline? Because I think Nadia just said that she's not sure there. Okay,
Right.
so
Check this out, everybody. I think what we probably should do is this, okay? Ursha, do you feel under pressure to say something just for the sake of saying something right now?
Yeah, like right now I was like just confused, yeah.
Okay.
A bit confused.
All right. What's happening, Ursha, is this, right? I think the leaders are feeling a little bit frustrated with empty promises. You said, okay, this is going to happen. You said this is going to happen. And they're giving you a lot of pressure right now to make some decisions, okay? As a senior leader, also, I think this is kind of a syndrome I've seen from time to time. When people don't deliver, we point it out in public and we drill. But then they might make another bad decision that actually then doesn't really solve the real situation. Ursha, I think what you need to do is this, right? You need to reach out to one person you believe can help you, Who do you think is your ally in this and can help you right now?
Since I think since Kara is also the one who have the idea, I want it's Kara.
Why don't you talk to Ara and get some of these things organized, okay? You need to pick a who, you need to set a deadline, and you need to get working, right? Instead of getting stuck. So, Ara, I think that's probably the easiest way to solve this, right? Ursha can have a private discussion with you. You guys can think, and then, we don't have to grill him here and him losing his mind, saying all kinds of things just to promise things that he hasn't even estimated yet. Okay, hopefully this can be a lesson to both. If you're new here, please do what you say you'll do, because otherwise it's frustrating for the team. All right. And if you're a senior here, it's a leadership technique. Sometimes if we spot somebody out, we keep on asking them, they go into a deficit, right? They make another promise that they can't, figure out. So calm down, take a look at your resources, figure out what you need to do, and then march ahead. Okay. And that, I think, can be a sub discussion. Ursha, you're responsible for this, so you make that appointment with Ara. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, when can you make the pairing, Ersha, do you think, for this?
Let me check the calendar then.
Okay, you can check it later. Yeah? Can you report it to this also, like by maybe tomorrow, of your result also of the discussion and reorganizing?
Yep.
Okay then. So Kak Shelin, you can help to us to add the actionable here for Ersha to have a follow-up discussion with Kak Ara and report it to this discussion by tomorrow 6 p.m. I guess. Is it okay? Okay then. Okay, so this is there will be a follow-up discussion again, yeah, for this specific discussion. So we have like 3 minutes, I guess. So we're going to discuss for this topic from Mr. Jing, maybe. Would you?
Oh my God, that's from almost a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Exactly.
I hardly even remember. Okay, what did I say? One thing really matters when it comes to employee satisfaction. Okay, let's go ahead and I guess zoom in on that. What is the one thing that really matters? Oh, yeah, okay. This is just a simple thing. Look, everybody, one of the things that I think really drives employee meaning at work is actually this. This was a study done by Bamboo HR, which is a leading HR company. They sell a bunch of applicant processing software, ATSs, right? But anyway, recognition and rewards came up as one of the leading factors that contributes to employee satisfaction, right? So please keep that in mind. It's more than free perks, right? It's more than regular one-on-ones. It's more than team meetings. It's more than new employee training. And it's more than personal interaction with upper management. So recognition and rewards, which actually then could be one of our leading controls, everybody, for employee retention. We want to have satisfied employees. Let's find ways to recognize and reward authentically, okay? Not inauthentically, but authentically for people's progression and work. I think that's really meaningful. I've heard that mentioned a few times also. So it means a lot. So anyways, I thought that was a focus. Maybe we should have a campaign to think about more recognition and more rewards, right? For things like, I don't know, anniversaries or Vistaversaries or whatever, right? So anyway, just I wanted to brainstorm there, but we don't have enough time, so maybe we'll save this for another discussion. Just come up with some ideas of what you think could be really awesome recognition and rewards.
Okay, sir. So maybe later everyone can help comments here on what are your idea on this brainstorm, right? No?
Yes, and please, Bella, show everybody how to comment correctly.
Oh yeah, please tag all the people here.
No!
You mean here?
Not that. Show everybody how to comment by opening up the card, yeah?
Yeah, okay. So you can comment here and add your idea to this recognition and reward, yeah, to this card.
Thank you.
By probably by kapan ya? Before the next scrum, ya?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before this next scrum, everyone is expected to give your idea here, yeah. Okay, so Kak Shelly